Hey guys, it's Zach here, and today we're checking out our final January release from Arrow Video US, Sleep, aka Schlaf. Sleep is a German psychological horror film directed by Michael Venus and released in 2020. Another modern cult entry from Arrow. I was quite excited to delve into this one, as the trailers really piqued my interest in the abstract and bizarre. Before we get to our supplement pack release, let's talk a bit about the story first. Mona is a young woman living with her mother Marlene, who seems to have difficulties with sleep. Whether it's falling asleep suddenly, or violently being awoken by nightmares, Marlene can't seem to rest. We quickly learn that she has been having recurring dreams about a hotel she's never heard of, where she observes the suicides of 3 men inside, of whom she's never met. Mona believes these could be indicative of psychiatric issues, but after finding an ad for the hotel in a magazine, Marlene confirms the hotel is real and runs off on her own to check it out. Sure enough, the paintings in the lobby depict the men in her dreams, and we soon get some sort of psychotic event or episode as Mona is called in to be informed that her mother has trashed the hotel room as being held in a medical facility, bedridden and in a complete stupor. So we switch over to Mona as our lead for the film, as she's left with a mess of notes, drawings, and more among her mother's belongings, and must now piece together the puzzle to figure out just what is going on. She goes on to investigate the hotel herself, located in the small town of Steinbach. Mona meets the hotel owners, as well as an assortment of staff members, as she descends into a rabbit hole of clues, visions, questionings, and more. As she begins to learn more about the hotel's past and its linkage to her mother's dreams, Mona herself begins experiencing hallucinations, nightmares, and blackouts as the film blurs the line between reality and dreams. There's so much more to the plot, but it would be a shame to reveal too much, as I feel the story definitely benefits from going in blind on the first watch. However, after having the whole thing laid out, I can say I really enjoyed this one. It fills in that sort of subgenre I find myself in love with, female-led psychological horror films. Sleep reminds me of my favorites like Hereditary, Midsommar, or Censor, and Mona's investigation is both engaging and unsettling, as the film's subtle soundtrack nips at the senses and pulls your mind into the droning eeriness of the setting, the people, and the story. Overall, I definitely recommend Sleep for fans of the films I previously mentioned, as it has suspense, emotion, and mystery. Everything one would want from this sort of movie. Arrow has definitely been diving into more recent films lately, and Sleep is a great example of independent filmmaking in glorious full force. Check it out for yourself, and let me know down in the comments what you thought of the film. Until then, we've got a physical copy to check out, so let's drift on over and unbox our release. Here we are with Arrow Video's 2022 release of Sleep. It comes in a standard slipcover, with newly commissioned artwork adorning the front, and all of the release information printed on the back. I love the striking red highlights across the otherwise pencil sketch, black and white look of the poster. Underneath is our clear case with a slightly different depiction, changing some of the characters and elements around. Inside we have our single Blu-ray disc on the right, as well as a couple of paper bonuses here on the left. We get a fold-out poster with each of the newly commissioned artworks printed on either side. On top of that, we also get a booklet to read. Running 48 pages cover to cover, this booklet holds within 2 major articles, as well as several other smaller sections. We have a piece by Alison Pierce discussing imagery and symbolism of the hotel setting in Sleep, an interview by Neil Snowden with the film's director Michael Venus, and an excerpt from Household Tales by Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm, plus several other bits such as transfer and product information. These booklet inclusions that Arrow does are always a treat, and this one definitely works great as an after-film read. Moving back to our Blu-ray case, we do of course have a reversible sleeve option as well, featuring original artwork for the film on the optional side. With that, however, we've covered the physical aspect of our release, so let's head on over and see what all is in store for us on the disc. Arrow Video presents Sleep in high definition with the original German DTS-MA 5.1 audio, as well as a 2.0 stereo option, accompanied by optional English subtitles. Alongside the film itself, we have our first supplement with an audio commentary track recorded by film critic and historian Kim Newman and author and filmmaker Sean Hogan. Our 2 hosts point out that Sleep is not only a feature-length directorial debut for Michael Venus, but it's also an interesting pick for themselves to watch since it's a more recent film without a long history behind its creator. Their approach to the movie is awesome, as they pull an enormous amount of knowledge from their career in film studies. Newman and Hogan relate the film back to its Germanic roots, analyzing the story as a sort of traditional fairy tale versus something purely made for the horror cinema. Sleep has a ton of messages, context, and more, living beneath the surface of the immediate film. The two commentators bring to light much of that background, giving the story much more weight and history to it. A fantastic discussion with our film experts, and a great go-to for that rewatch. With the feature presentation aside, we have quite the list of video bonuses to watch, from behind the scenes, to interviews, to video essays, and more. To start us off, we have 2 video essays to watch, totaling at just under 40 minutes. The first is titled, Remember to Breathe, though on the menu screen and packaging it's listed under the name A Strange Dark Magic. This video essay is with film scholar Alexander Heller-Nicholas, a familiar name that's great to see on for another boutique release. She discusses the tale of sleep, and Mona's experiences in particular, talking about how the film relates back to traditional fairy tales from the Grimm brothers, with a special focus on the short tale Frau Trude. Heller-Nicholas's analysis of Sleep is an awesome take on the film's roots and how it entrenches us in a dark story, ripe with rituals, magics, and the powerful symbolism of masks, something long built into human culture as a whole. Moving now to our second video essay titled Sleepwalking Through National Trauma, we have film critic Anton Bitel to guide us. Split into 4 parts, Bitel's essay pinpoints various analyses and insights he has for the film, from comparing the build-up of the story setting to that of a Jenga tower, to diving into some of the ideologies exposed in the film and their ties to Germany's history. Overall, an interesting look at the film's highly explorable writing, and a great pairing with Heller-Nicholas's own visual essay, making these 2 videos my personal standout among the visual supplements. From here, we move on to some interview footage as we're treated with a pair of video discussions. First up is an interview with anthropologist, dream researcher, and filmmaker Luis S. Milne, aptly titled Dream and Folktale in Sleep. At 11 minutes long, Milne's interview is a quick look at the psychological aspects and the folktale aspects of the film as she discusses various pivotal moments from the movie. Not my favorite conversation, but it works as a quick recap of some of the major scenes and how they tie into folktales, dream states, and more. Our second interview is a bit more casual, as we join in conversation director Michael Venus and lead actress Gros Svantje Koolhof. Our 2 participants have a great time as they ask each other press-style questions, discussing the background behind Sleep, their journey in making the film, and more. Running at 26 minutes long, the back and forth between the 2 is great, as their passion for the project seeps through their thoughts and stories. With that, we've covered the majority of our major video bonuses, and can now shift gears into some of the shorter inclusions that continue to pile on to the fun. We have a compilation of introductions to the film made by various cast and crew during COVID-19 lockdown procedures, a quick announcement video of Arrow's physical release for the film with Venus and Koolhof appearing once more, a collection of 4 deleted scenes from the movie, and a quick behind-the-scenes compilation containing all sorts of footage and recordings from the production. These all make for some awesome bite-sized supplements that certainly beef up the disc and bring the release another step further. However, we near the end of our review as we close out with a standard fare. We get a trailer for the film, as well as several image galleries showing off photos, stills, and more, with a particularly special gallery showing off the sketches in Marlene's journal depicted in the movie, something we only get a glimpse of, now shown in full as created by artist Christoph Vieweg. Overall, Arrow Video's release of Sleep is quite a journey into the realm of the psychological, the dreamlike, and the uncomfortable, as the tale of Mona draws its breath from various aspects in German history, weaving a tale of thrilling horror and compelling mystery. Check it out for yourself, and until then, thanks so much for joining me here on Pajama Theater. Like this video and subscribe to support the channel, and let me know down in the comments what you thought of Sleep. Thanks again for watching, take care, and I'll see you guys next time.